Hello, my friends. I'm Teresa Schlup, the original Caffeine Creative, a web designer and brand strategist. And today I have one very simple question for you. Has your website kept up with your business? Now, all businesses change. This is a natural progression of business. How we did things a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago is going to be a little bit different than how we do things today. And a lot of times these changes they happen pretty gradually as our business grows. Maybe we adjust our services over here a little bit or we tweak our process over there. And maybe we get a lot more clear on the type of clientele that we want to attract and who our dream customers are. As these changes are happening behind the scenes, they can feel pretty gradual and not that big of a deal. But if they're not being reflected on the pages of your website, it won't take long for your website to become outdated and start attracting the wrong type of clientele. What I see happening most often is people tend to launch their website, move on, and forget all about it, only to come back a year, 2, 3, 5 years later to realize that this really isn't me and the business I want to build anymore. So today, let's take a look to see if your website has kept up and is still working hard for you behind the scenes, attracting the right clientele to your door. Now, the first question that I want to ask you is, are you still promoting services that you really want to offer? Sometimes the services that we start with we realize are not really the dream services we want to continue with. We tweak them, we adjust them, we change our processes, we develop something entirely new, and that's what we want to start attracting. But our website is still talking about the services we had when we first launched our business. So take a moment, look at the services listed on your website, and ask yourself these few questions. Do I still enjoy offering this service? Do I want to get more inquiries of this? Does the description still work for how I work with my clients today? Does it support where I want to take my business next? Also, one more question that I don't have in this month's blog that I'm going to toss in here is simply this. If someone were to book this service tomorrow, would I be happy or would I dread it? If you dread it, you know it's time to take it off of your website. The next question that I want you to ask yourself is your best offer easy to find? We all have those ideal services that we want to offer, that one thing that we could do again and again and again when we have the right customers in place. But all too often, I see those services are the ones buried deep within the website. So only somebody reading your website top to bottom, page to page, is going to be able to find and know that it's something you're offered. You want to make sure that the work that you want to do the most is what you are promoting the most. Go and take a look at your website now. Look at the navigation, look at your homepage, and ask yourself this. Is my best dream service offer that I provide, is it easy to find? Does my website naturally guide people to exactly what it is that I want to offer? And are my other services competing with this, or does it stand out above the rest? If your other services are competing or if it's buried, then you know it's time to make some tweaks and changes so that that service is front and center and your dream customers know that you offer it. Next, as you look through the pages of your website, I want you to ask yourself this. Are you still talking to the right people? Our dream customers are going to shift and change as our business grows. The dream customers that I had when I launched my business 10 years ago are not the same as the dream customers that I have today. And that's all part of the natural progression of business. So if your website is talking to your dream customers from 5, 10 years ago, you're not talking to the right people and it's not bringing the right clients to your door. Take a few minutes looking through your website and ask yourself these questions. Am I talking about the problems or the desires that my dream clients have today? The reason they reach out to me? Do my examples of work, my portfolio, my case studies, my blogs, how you share your expertise, does it reflect the kind of work that you're wanting to attract more of? Do your photos represent the real you today? And if you're an interior designer, does your portfolio represent the work you want to attract more of? Does the way you talk about your pricing connect with dream clients today? And this is a big one, and I'm actually going to do a side little note here because this is a powerful one. All too often, I have somebody telling me that they're wanting to reach a higher end client, somebody who has the money and willingness to invest in what it is that they want to achieve. And yet, their website still talks about low end offers and budget friendly opportunities. That is a big disconnect, and the clients willing to invest are not seeing that you actually are that high end provider that they're looking for when you talk about being low budget or budget friendly. So make sure that the way you talk about pricing connects with your dream clients as well. Another thing that I want you to think about is, has the way that you work with clients changed? Has your process changed drastically over the past couple years? The more we do the work we do, the more we fine tune things, and some pieces of our process disappear because they really didn't work all that well after all, and new pieces are added. So take a look at your process and how you describe that on your website. And is it really clear to your dream clients what it looks like to work with you? What are the timelines? What are the deliverables? How do they meet with you? How do they schedule with you? How do they connect with you? Answering these questions up front before they hop on your calendar helps make a tentative client feel a lot more certain about saying yes when they're ready to book and move forward. And before we hop off here, I want to share with you the biggest telltale sign that your website is not kept up with your business. When it comes to sharing your website with somebody, say somebody you meet at a networking event or a potential client, do you hesitate to share? Do you feel embarrassed to share? Would you rather send them to Instagram because your website isn't really who you are today? If that is the case, then it's definitely time to take a step back and do a little strategic auditing on your website to see what needs to shift and what needs to change. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to get a brand new website. It just means you need to make some really serious strategic changes. So with that, I'm going to ask you to check out the blog post I have associated with this video. Scroll down to the bottom, read the blog post because it'll walk you through doing a more thorough audit of your website. But down at the bottom, you have an opportunity to check out my mini website audits that are part of the Solo Grind Resources Library. In these audits, they are going to help you focus in on one key question per each audit. Are you talking to your dream clients? Are the right services front and center on your website? Is getting in touch with you simple and easy? These are things that you want to make sure your website is doing for you. And if it's not, then it's just a digital paperweight that needs a lot of updating. All right, my friends, if you need any help getting up to date with your own website, you want a strategic set of eyes, or you just want an audit that's a little bit more in-depth and thorough than doing a self-audit, reach out at caffeinecreative.io. I would be happy to talk to you about your future website needs and how I can do to support your business where it is today and where you're going to tomorrow. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.